Hey guys, be sure to check out the Mortar Pod, our weekly video podcast, and also check out the tutorial video for my board game, Travelers of Storia. Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're here for the third pre-release Khans of Tarkir draft that I've done so far. So we've got Jeering Instigator. I remember this guy. He's pretty good. I think I might just take him. He's monocolor, and when you morph him and then get to unmorph him, you get to steal a guy. That's pretty powerful. I think you can really change a game with that. This thing lets you get dudes. Look at. I like the Timber Charm. I did get a chance to play that. It's a powerful effect on that. But I suppose let's keep ourselves as open as possible. So if we take the Jeering Instigator, we can go Timur. We can go Jeskai, right? Is that another one? I think I need to figure out all of the different little color combos. Maybe that would help me draft this format better. Ooh, Ride Down. All right. Maybe I'll actually get to do something aggressive this time. I think this card, I had this played against me in the first draft, and man, it felt really broken. Did not feel fair. It feels like, okay, you blocked my biggest guy. Well, I'm going to kill your biggest blocker that blocked him. And then my biggest guy's going to get trample and get through. So, I don't know. Something about that card seems very ridiculous. I guess we could also go Mardu, huh? So there's like 3 different things we can really branch into. Mardu, Timur, or Jeskai. Jeskai. Jeskai Student, not too shabby. You got a little prowess. That one's pretty good. Ruthless Ripper seems pretty good too. Watcher of the Roost. I like it. But let's take Ride Down. Let's take some cheap, seemingly powerful removal. So maybe we can try 2 color, but I guess we don't have to. Feat of Resistance. I think this is a great card. Suspension Field. Enters the battlefield. Exile a creature with toughness 3 or greater. Yeah, that's pretty good. This does seem to be a 4 or greater format, but I'm still going to take Suspension Field. It's uncommon, and it deals with creatures. I think that's a pretty good reason. Flying First Strike Haste. Huh. It's actually pretty good, despite being a 1/2. Yeah, I really like Feat of Resistance a lot. I think this is a great card, but I'm going to take the Suspension Field because it's cheap removal. Dragon Grip. What do you do? If you control a creature 4 or greater, cast a Zoeted Flash, +2/+0 and First Strike. That's pretty good. I like that. Tormenting Voice isn't bad either. Alabaster Kieran's not bad either, though. It's a flyer. I mean, this is an aura, so a little bit more difficult to play to great effect, but the removal has been a bit expensive in this format, so I could get away with it. I kind of like Alabaster Kieran, though. 2/3 Vigilance is nothing to scoff at, especially in this morph format, so it's like you can attack each turn and still block morph creatures. Seems pretty decent. Rite of the Serpent's removal, if I wanted to slow it down a bit and just go Mardu. I'm going to try out this Dragon Grip. I feel like because it can potentially be a combat trick, it's pretty good. Alright, so we've got a 1/5 Morph Flyer, we've got Trumpet Blast, we have Blaze Bringer. Alright, well, none of these are too terribly good. Could just take the fixing. I think Trumpet Blast is going to be good if I end up getting some prowess. Otherwise, it's not going to be too special. And Sage Eye Harrier's fine, but it's not very aggressive. I guess it does have Morph, but not really feeling it. We could just take the Trumpet Blast. There's actually a few cards that combo reasonably well with this. That 3 mana thing that poops out 3 1/1 goblins. And then there's also that thing whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you can pay 1 and get a goblin. So maybe if I make some sort of white-red tokeny base thing, Trumpet Blast could be pretty good. Alright, here's a Prowess guy. What's the Timely Horde Mate do? If you attack the creature, return target creature card is converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's pretty good, actually. I kind of like that. Jeez. Attack, and then one of your earlier dudes you can get back. Otherwise, the Prowess guy's fine, but I actually think this guy's better since you can potentially... I guess he's 1 more mana, too, though. Not to be overlooked. Jeez, another Rite of the Serpent. I guess Bloodfire Expert's cheaper, so I might want that, and it turns into 4 power. This guy seems pretty good, though, but especially, well, I guess bringing back the Instigator's not that good, because it's not turning face up. Let's take the Expert. Let's go for this whole red-white prowess thingamajigger, if possible. All right, so we got a little Mardu. Geez, another Rite of the Serpent? That's crazy. What do you do, Mr. Weapon Master? Make something big when you unmorph it, and that is in Jeskai, of course. Well, this guy's not bad. Unmorphs for 4/3 first strike's really nothing to scoff at. Summit Prowler might, if we're going to try this red-white aggro thing, might just be what the pick is, though. The Monk's better, but... Or the Weapon Master's better, rather, but... I don't know if I want to... Well, I guess I could do Jeskai. Alright, I'll take the Weapon Master. I mean, it's certainly better than the Prowler. I would think. War Behemoth. 3/6, not that good. Savage Punch. Interesting. Let's take the Bloodfire Expert, number 2. I'm down with that. Tracker, another Trumpet Blast, Jeskai banner. Let's take Trumpet Blast number 2. We're only in pack 1, so there's a good chance that we can make some good use of that. Ooh, Table of Prowess guy. That's cool. All right, let's go for a cheap red-white Prowess deck. I think I'm just going to really gun for that. This guy's still playable as 3-mana 2/2, but I doubt I'm going to end up doing that. Let's just focus fire on this plan here. I guess we hate fixing from somebody, maybe. Take the Timur. Oh, that guy's a big threat, though. Let's take him. Take a foil plains, of course. All right, so pretty good pack 1. Plenty of good red-white. And seemingly on some sort of aggressive plan, although a little bit creature light, but we'll see. Got 3 prowess guys already, which is certainly not bad. Could use a little bit more removal. Currently just rocking the ride down, and well, I guess we have suspension field too. But I'm skeptical about suspension field. This really has been a sort of 4 toughness format. This card's actually pretty cool. Ghoul. It's pretty ghoul. They have to sack their strongest guy for it. War Shrieker. What do you do? Oh, it's not bad. I think we're taking the fetch land worth a few tickets, but Crackling Doom is a cool card. We can actually play it too. A little deck thinning. Help us get our stuff out quicker. It also actually helps us play Jeskai, which is kind of funny. So maybe we'll move into Jeskai. Maybe this is enough motivation to do it. But yeah. What's up, Fetchland? Happily taking that. All right. So, ooh, here's our little tokeny thing that's going to work well with our double Trumpet Blast. I can get behind that card. And what do you do, Ponyback Brigade? Oh, this puts out... maybe Mardu with double Trumpet Blast is the right move then. I think we can just take the take-up arms anyway because this is instant speed and you still get a lot of bodies. This gives you 4 bodies though, which is pretty insane. That would be good with the double Trumpet Blast, admittedly. But I kind of like that this gives you a bunch of dudes out of nowhere, you know, where it's like, I'm just going to spit 3 dudes out. I don't have to go into black. And, yeah, Saddle Brute's pretty good too, jeez. But yeah, let's take up arms. Let's get this token plan going. See if we can't do red-white tokens. Another Trumpet Blast, another Ponyback Brigade, jeez. Defiant Strike seems like a great trick, a really great trick. Active Treason seems really good too, since it lets you gank dudes. When it blocks, it deals 1 damage to you. Turn face up, target creature can't block. Yeah, I think that's actually what we want, because we need more cheap creatures, and this guy getting rid of a blocker is pretty huge, as well as being a creature. So with double Trumpet Blast, even, and especially if we wheel one, I really want to make sure we have enough cheap dudes. I mean, yeah, this guy deals damage to you or whatever, but that is too good to deny. All right, this is actually pretty good. You can burn your opponent, give your stuff lifelink. That's really good. Active Treason's in here. Don't really need that. Defiant Strike is quite good. I think we're just taking Active Treason. I like stealing guys. Can be really, really insane at certain points in the game. So Brave Descendants, give your guys Vigilance, and it's cool, but it's not really what we're on. I think we're just taking the Prowess guy once again. So I'm fine with that. Heartpiercer Bow seems like a fine sideboard card. Geez, Rough Rider seems pretty good too. What do you do, War Chief? Yeah, this actually goes along with what we're doing in this deck, so I'm going to take the Horde Chief. I think we're just playing red-white, tokeny, trumpet blasty deck. Not going to branch into the blue or the, well, God, these are going so late. I want to make the Ponyback Brigade work, but I'm not entirely convinced we can do that easily. Dark player shuffle scissor, okay. I mean, I can try. It's probably early enough where I can try and make this work, because I really wouldn't mind having all those tokens, but then again, I mean, Bloodfire Expert's fine. We do have a lot of 3-drops already. We could take a finish play. I mean, this you can play as a 3-drop as well, but has the extra advantage of spitting out a ton of guys for Trumpet Blast. I think I'm going to stick to the red-white, or try to. I mean, yeah, the shards are kind of where it's at in this set, but I'm feeling pretty decent about where we're at right now. Instead of taking this Active Treason 2, I'm just going to take the Valley Dasher, which is actually pretty reasonable in our deck if we're 2-color. So, Valley Dasher it is. War Shrieker can actually help ramp, so you can play double spell in one turn. I think that's actually pretty good, and we don't have any 4-drops, so I'm down with the War Shrieker for sure. Let's do that. Canyon Lurker seems pretty reasonable. This thing has Outlast, I guess, which is pretty good. I feel like this isn't a deck that can stick around long enough to really get value off Salt Road Patrol, so let's take the Lurker, which can morph in and then sort of surprise in for 5 damage, or potentially trade with something big. We'll give it a go. I guess I have 2 of them already. Alright. Defiant Strike, absolutely what we want. Great card. Dazzling Rampart's actually not that bad. It's just not really what our strategy wants to do. Even though it can tap creatures, it's just too pricey on the front end. Defiant Strike, though, back-to-back is fantastic, since I think this card is just really good. I guess it doesn't give First Strike or anything, so maybe I'm saying it's better than it is, but I thought we've got all this prowess, which I think makes it significantly better. Take the foil, take the Weapon Master. Alright, so we're on to pack 3, and I think we're looking pretty good. We don't have any burn spells, which is kind of a problem, considering my last deck I had like infinite burn spells, but we do have a pretty reasonable amount of cheap prowess stuff, which is cool. Jeez, this card's so strong. I think I might have to splash for this one, because that is pretty insane. I want the Feat of Resistance too. I want the Briber's Purse. That guy wrecked me with this card too. This is so good. Get rid of an attacker too. Jeez. Seems really good. I think actually the purse is probably what we want the most, since it not only triggers your prowess, but gets rid of a blocker. Flying Crane Technique is pretty insane though. With all of our prowess, flying double strike. I mean, I guess that's just win if we get it. Alright, let's splash for the Flying Crane Technique. That is so powerful. If you get that, you can just win. So, Flooded Strand, I guess I'd like a little more fixing, but if I can't, I might just throw a couple blue sources in there. Swift Kick seems fine. Yeah, with prowess especially. It's a removal spell, because it buffs a little bit, buffs with this guy quite a bit, and then take out everything important. I like it. Other than that, I need to find some more cheap creatures, if possible. Arc Lightning seems really strong, so we'll take that. some Outlast, another Act of Treason, nothing else too crazy. So Arc Lightning is very good though. All right, High Spire Mantis is on color. Flying Trample, yeah, it seems really good. What else we got in here? Summit Prowler, Little Fixing, Battle Priest. That guy's pretty good too. But I like the Mantis because it evades. Ooh, Seeker of the Ways cheaper though. And it has prowess. And there's a Jeskai student in here. Jeez, it's like all the cards we want. Flying Trample is hard to deny. We already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2-drop creatures. I mean, you can never have enough 2-drop creatures when you're aggro. But it really is tough to deny 3/3 Flying Trample too. That's really good. I like the lifelink. That is tough. Kind of wanted to try this Mantis out. Oh, well, looks like I'm going to try the Mantis out. What do we got in here? A little Siegecraft, a little Smite the Monstrous. This seems really good in this format. I'm going to take Smite. Yeah, Smite seems really good in this format because of all the 4 or greater stuff. It just seems like everything is 4 or greater. Could take another Swift Kick. Could take the Jeskai for the Flying Crane technique. Sadly, I think we might need the Jeskai banner just because we don't have the fixing necessary for the Flying Crane technique. But then again, Swift Kick is actual removal that I think we want because it works well with our prowess guys, presumably. Doesn't work well with too many things, but it does work well with prowess guys for sure. So I think we'll take it. Just Swift Kicks for days, huh? This guy seems pretty good. All the Swift Kicks? I don't know if I need 3 necessarily, but could also take the Shatter, which might be good for sideboard if someone's banking on banners. Alright. Alright, we can take the Jeskai banner now, and there's nothing else for us really, so I guess that's okay. And another Swift Kick. It's just all the Swift Kicks. And we're short on creatures again. How does this keep happening? We're going to take the War Behemoth because we're short on creatures. Guess we'll take a second one. So I wanted tokens, didn't get any. I keep making decks that don't do what I want them to do. Even if I decide what they are by pack 1, I still cannot make them come to fruition. So I'm getting frustrated with that. I don't know exactly what the problem is with that, but I really figured it would lend itself and make itself available and open fairly easily, but it really has not at all. So I'm still planning on splashing for Flying Crane technique. War Behemoths are pretty terrible. Unexcited. Not like the worst, but I'm just completely unexcited about playing them. I guess they're pretty good with Swift Kick, but just not exactly what I wanted. Not exactly as aggressive as I would have liked. Not as much tokens as I would have liked. This is a creature spell, I guess, technically, so that's okay. Just infinite 3 drops, which I think is going to be an issue, but we'll have to figure that out. Got a bunch of prowess, so that's good. I like that Swift Kick is instant speed. It's kind of nice. I don't like that my guys are fairly weak. It's good with Jeskai student. It's really good with him. Alright, let's set this aside for a second. Multiple Jeskai banners. Just for Flying Crane technique. I don't know. Maybe. It's a possibility. We're not color intensive, so I probably don't need it, to be honest. I'll just splash 1 spell. So I've got the Flooded Strand. I could probably put 2 more islands in there. 2 islands and a flooded strand, so 3 islands for flying crane technique. Plus the, well, the War Shrieker doesn't get us blue. Alright, whatever. Let's separate creatures from non-creatures. And now I have to get rid of some stuff. So maybe the Defiant Strike, but I do so like it with the Prowess. This thing spits out tokens too, that's good. I don't really want to cut any creatures, and we have to make quite a few cuts. So, Dragon Grip currently only gets triggered, well, actually, no, Dragon Grip's not really going to work, because I need the 4 power guy before I can do it. Well, if I play a spell and pump them, or if I play a Trumpet Blast or something, and then do Dragon Grip, it's a possibility. It doesn't seem super likely to happen. Maybe we do cut the Defiant Strikes then, and we can cut the... This is like a creature. These are like 3 drops. These are like 3 drops. So we really have like 16 creatures when all is said and done. Guess we can take out the Defiant Strikes. They're fine, but I think the Trumpet Blasts are going to be a lot higher impact on board states where we just have a bunch of dudes and we're like patiently waiting till we can attack. I think Trumpet Blast is going to be a lot better for that. Swift Kick seems fine. Smite the Monstrous seems fine. Why do I have to cut so much? Alright, well, if we're on the Trumpet Blast plan, maybe we're just not on the Dragon Grip plan. Three more cuts. I don't want to play 16 lands, especially if I'm doing Splash for Flying Crane technique. For the ultimate, untap all my guys, and I love that it's actually like a defensive trick in a pinch too, but offensively it's pretty insane. With Prowess in particular. What do I cut? I do have to make 3 cuts. I guess I can cut 1 creature, go down to 15, including the take-up arms. I'm not thrilled about that, though. I really want a lot of pressure. And any creature I take out is going to make Trumpet Blast worse, rather. So let's take out 1 Swift Kick, although I'm not thrilled about that either. I do still want to keep the Smite. I really do think this card's super powerful in this format. Alright, let's cut 1 War Behemoth maybe. Just because these deal more damage theoretically, so that could be better. So 15 creatures with the take-up arms. No more creatures coming out of the deck, so I have to cut 1 more card. Maybe we do cut the Swift Kick, I guess. I like it, but I'm kind of busy doing a bunch of other things. Trying to keep my creature count up, trying to keep my spell count up, trying to make this Flying Crane technique work because it's super powerful. We're not color intensive, which is great news because our fixing's kind of lacking. Mostly red, splash white, splash blue. Alright, so let's put in our foil planes, of course. And let's figure this out. So they're saying 1 island, which I don't want to do. I want to go up to 3 sources at least with the flooded strand. So 3 sources of blue. And then we've got 8 sources of red, 8 sources of white. Wait, I think I have to take... This is going to be... Yeah, it's too many now. Okay. So maybe I want 7 sources of white, 8 sources of red, and 3 sources of blue. And yes, I'm hurting my mana base a little bit, but there I really do not think the power level of Flying Crane Technique is to be underestimated. I feel like this card essentially reads you win the game if you have a big enough board state. I mean, think about it. If you have two of these guys, or just like 2-3 power guys even, if you just even have non-prowess guys, 2-3 power guys, you're dealing 12 damage with them alone, which is pretty crazy. Jeez. I think I'm running it like this. So I really ended up with like almost no burn spells. We got one Arc Lightning, which is great. I very much like this card, but we didn't get any of the 5-drop arrow things that I got last draft that were like, I got 3 of them last draft. Or the 4-drop thing that burns creatures. So I didn't end up getting any of those. I don't know. I mean, the deck looks okay. I wish it was more aggressive. I wish we had more creatures. Wish we had more token-based stuff. But we'll try it like this. We'll see how we do. Hopefully we do okay. Could also actually just do the Weapon Master instead. This 4/3 first strike's probably better than the War Behemoth. I'm going a little bit deeper on the splash though, but maybe that's fine. Let's do that instead. Because you can just morph this guy regardless. This card you actually need the blue for, but this guy you can pretty much patiently wait until you get it. And then for that same matter, maybe I cut the Canyon Lurkers too, and we'll do. So these guys, since they morph, it doesn't matter if I play them or the Lurkers or Behemoth. If I can get my blue source, I can get a nice combat trick potentially. And a first striker, of course, which is very powerful. I mean, I could go up to 4 blue sources, but I just don't have any fixing really, so I don't know if that's safe. I think we'll just stick to this, and we'll see how we do. I would like to go up to 4 blue sources, but I just don't think we can do it without hurting our deck. So let's play it like this. All right, I'll see you round 1. I just got screwed. I just got completely screwed. It told me my deck submission didn't work, and then it got rid of my, and I have 30 seconds to finish my deck, which I don't think is possible, but I'll try. All right, I last second did it, and I got rid of cards that I wanted. I didn't want to do it like that at all, so I was down to like 2 seconds left. That was horrible. Once again, I had some horrible, horrible issues. Ugh, what a nightmare. Ugh, terrible. At least I finished my deck in time. I almost didn't even get that. I don't even know what my mana base is. I didn't even look. I just took the recommendation. What a dreadful start. All right. I'm going to try and be positive here, although I am very upset with Magic Online right now after that. I am very upset paying that premium on a pre-release only to have my deck submission fail and give me 40 seconds left to finish my deck when I log back in. Wow. That is really frustrating. You never want to start your draft frustrated. You never want to go into your first match frustrated. That's never where you want to be.